Hey, what's up guys? Bajheera here. Got another gym video for you guys. This one's going to be some arms and shoulder basic exercises. This is what I do for my arms and shoulders day. For the most part, at least I am right now. But if you guys have seen these videos before, I think a lot of these exercises will be familiar to you. But since it's what I'm doing, that's what we're showing on video. So, I usually start off pretty light with some shoulder presses with dumbbells. And when I'm doing these, I'm not particularly focused on only hitting one part of my shoulder. You'll notice that sometimes I'll push the dumbbells a little bit further back, and sometimes I'll almost even have it be like using my upper chest, but that's intentional. I do like to have this workout be something where I'm targeting pretty much the entire upper shelf of my chest, of my torso, my shoulders, my upper chest, my traps, and everything like that. That's the goal for me. So also gonna throw in some biceps in there because this is a good day for me to do arms because I train back and chest almost like together on back day and chest day a lot of times. At least my chest day involves a lot of rowing movements just because I like the way that feels. On my back day, sometimes I'll throw some pushing movements in there too just for fun, but my biceps don't really usually get a lot of love in terms of isolation except for arms day. So throwing some bicep curls after the shoulder presses, and I'm throwing a few shrugs in there just to sort of stay warm. That, like I said, that's the goal, is just to get the entire sort of upper shelf of my body activated. So, of course, the main things that I'm doing are shoulder press, curls, and then these little lateral raises. And with lateral raises, I feel like I've been getting a lot more done with lighter weight. It allows me to really feel the different sort of activation that I'm looking for in my shoulder. You're not always going to have to like base your exercise effectiveness off a burn or a pump, but those are things that you can notice in terms of when you're activating certain muscles, and then that's what that's useful for. So I found that lighter weight's better for that sort of thing, instead of just sort of muscling things around, letting other muscle groups that you don't necessarily want to be involved get into the movement. Sometimes it's nicer to get lighter weight and actually control it differently and learn what you're actually doing or what you're trying to do. That's part of the fun about the gym, is that it's a learning experience constantly, but lighter weight sometimes allows you to make those connections. And I'm also allowing my traps to come into those movements a lot, even with the lateral raises, just because there's really like no reason not to for me. I mean, isolating my shoulders is great, but I'm doing like 20 reps of those, so you know, if your shoulder starts to fatigue a little bit, then you can allow your traps to come into that movement. And my traps need as much love as they can get. So a lot of times these workouts are just targeting whatever it is that I can, and seeing what we do. Because if you guys watched my last gym video, you know that during January, it was pretty like kind of a chill month for me in terms of training. I was playing a lot more basketball. I was letting my body recover a little bit. So at this point, you know, it's still a matter of like feeling everything out. And my training isn't really relaxed in that I'm not trying hard. It's just that I'm not like super disciplined in only achieving certain isolation movements like I kind of was near the end of my my training program approaching my competition. At that point, I was doing a lot of just like super isolation. You really want to only target like one thing, but right now, you know, I'm letting my body rebuild a bit. I'm actually growing, which is pretty cool, and so I'm allowing different muscle groups to sort of cross over if that's an okay thing to do. So for these, definitely want to work my shoulders, but sometimes I will, you know, I can feel my traps being involved in these, and sometimes I just go ahead and just go with that. But then you can see, get the shoulders back into a sort of reset, having more focus on the shoulders, but as the reps go on, as my shoulders get a little tired, I start to bring the traps in more. Especially I can feel that at the top of the movement, and that's interesting to me, just because, like I said, my traps and my shoulders need to grow. So doing exercises like that and allowing them to fatigue differently and allowing them to, you know, put blood flow into them and engage them differently is just something that I need to learn how to do, because doing just shrugs is probably not going to be enough for my traps to grow, because I've done a lot of shrugs in my day, and I'm sure it helps. I think my traps have grown a little bit, but if I need to sort of do more rowing movements or things like the lateral raises where I target my traps a little bit more with them, you know, I'll throw those in there as well, which is all good. But after I get done with all the dumbbell stuff, I go ahead and get a little bar, and you can do it with an easy bar or not. The easy bar is one with a little curvature in it. You can do it with an easy bar or not. I do a little bit of overhead pressing with it, which isn't usually very heavy. Then I do curls as well. And during that, you can also grab some light weights and keep the lateral raises going. You can do that. You can do some shrugs in there. For my arms and shoulders day, I usually do like a 3 exercise rotation, which is kind of interesting. I don't know if I'm like not, I don't know if I'm giving my muscles too much recovery time by doing that, but I usually stay moving pretty much the whole time during my workouts. I don't take just like sitting there and doing nothing recovery time. The amount of recovery time I usually have is like shaking my arms out while I'm going to get the next weights, or while I'm just, you know, going to reach for the next little attachment on here. So I generally stay pretty active. This little section right here is just basically triceps and biceps. Just doing it on a cable machine, doing cable push downs with the rope or with a bar, whatever you prefer. And then I'm doing just cable curls, and I'm doing it at a little bit of an angle, not straight up. A little, I don't know what angle is that, like 60-degree angle, I guess. It feels a little bit different than just doing normal curls with the bar or dumbbell. It's just something to switch things up. Like I said, I don't really train my biceps on their own a ton, so I do try to give them some love on arms and shoulder day. Now, a lot of times I'll actually throw like close grip pull-ups in just on this set, just because it helps activate my biceps. It gives my back a little bit extra love, gives my rear delts a little bit extra love if you allow them to be involved in that movement. Just basically right now is a time where I can be a little bit experimental with my training, and I can have fun with it. So if I feel like throwing exercises in right now, I will. I'll just do random stuff. Just throw extra lateral raises in, throw extra trap movements in, because I'm recovering fine. I'm eating plenty. I'm only eating about 3,500 a day, which is plenty. Not like crazy bulking calories, but it'll do. Weighing about 210, still at 5'11", so we're holding pretty steady. Slow gains are the name of the game right now, and I think that's what we're achieving. But anyways, guys, that's going to do it for this video. Thank you very much for watching, and I'll see you guys next time. Peace!